Hello class, my name is Eduardo Chapa. I'm here to present construction safety and workforce training for my research analysis paper for research methods in construction management. Let's begin. To start, this is the outline of my PowerPoint presentation. We will be going over the background and introduction, overview of the literature, analysis of the literature, and conclusions and limitations of safety in construction. Here we're going to be talking about the background and introduction to construction safety and workforce training. As you'll see first, Occupational Safety and Health Act, other known as OSHA. The safety standards of today were created in part of the fatalities that happened in basically every single industry that America had to offer. Those ranged from construction sites, buildings, bridges, etc. As projects became more complex, so did fatalities and injury rates. They also increased. So thus the need for OSHA to come in and ensure that companies were providing safe work environments for their employees. Next, we'll talk about operational experience. So OSHA operational experience come hand in hand, because without this experience, where would one first know where to start? So through operational experience, we know we have trends, data, etc. to know what kind of safety should at least be initiated and then enhanced. And then for the training aspect, in today's technologies, computers and internet are a huge asset. We no longer have to go to an in-person training and have a presenter there with 30 to 40 employees needing to also be there. These computer-based trainings can be done remotely on job sites at any time and place. That's the beauty of it. Next, I would like to talk about artificial intelligence, the future for possible safety and anything it seems like. Next, I'd like to talk about an overview of literature. So my references are considered to focus on how current safety standards measure and how future technologies could be used to mitigate accidents on the construction site. I went through American Society of Civil Engineers library. I searched keywords under construction safety, construction, artificial intelligence, and safety trainings. Those were all helpful keywords that helped me gather all of my references. Next up is occupation safety and health standards. So with the help of OSHA, there was at least a baseline for construction companies to go by in terms of creating a safe working environment for their employees. Tier 1 companies started to adopt their own safety and health standards. So this went above and beyond what OSHA had required or government legislation. So next up, we have construction standards and computer-based trainings. Like mentioned earlier, these tools were game changers in terms of being able to hire employees, engage them during their onboarding with safety trainings and standards and how that company treats their employees and how strongly they felt towards their safety. And next, generational aids. So with this concept, I'm going to briefly talk about artificial intelligence and what it has to offer. But first, a, a brief limitation to this. The construction industry is the last industry to use enhanced tools. Um, the term "what's not broke, don't fix it" is often used on the job site. So if it's simple and it's effective and it works, they'll tend to go to that. So with that saying, um, AI has not really made its impact on the construction site, but with some tools they could. Next up is the analysis of literature. So first up, we used a Delta Phi method. This method is a survey-based framework to obtain consensus and judgment of a panel of experts. So this is a judgment-based analysis. It is driven to identify indicators by the selected experts. So in my research analysis, a few indicators would be upper management support, project-specific training, JHAs, record keeping, and safety managers on site were a few of these identifiers or indicators that were selected in this survey. So each of the expert panels would then rate those indicators on a 1 to 10 basis and then share the results. So they essentially redo this survey over and over to refine their parameters and determine what site might have indicators, higher indicators than this site. So it's not an overall safety training or safety incident analysis. And next up, artificial intelligence, other known as AI. So just to talk about a few of the enhancements AI has made through smart cameras, speakers, detector devices, etc. These devices bring enhancements, in my opinion, to construction sites. These smart cameras are now able to identify bodily materials on you, hard hat, gloves, safety vests, safety glasses. They're that sophisticated enough to identify that and to let you know that you're walking into a hazardous area that might need required PPE. In addition to speakers, letting you know when you're entering a area of danger that might need to be treated a different way. So the use of artificial intelligence in terms of these aspects that are very preliminary in construction sites, they have great enhancements. So the construction flaws. I mentioned earlier that construction industry is the last industry to usually get on board to technological advancements. And yes, this is the case. Speakers, cameras, and detectors are just a very preliminary use of what could be used on the job site. So I did not find much other than these aspects, these tools that were used with AI. So and AI's potential role, though, for large-scale projects, is going to be needed as projects become larger and more complex. The use of AI through procurement, purchasing materials on time, could have huge advancements into the next decade. So for the conclusion, current safety trainings in today's industry, they are effective through web-based trainings. They will show positive results. The better effective trainings that companies offer will offer lower workplace injuries. And lastly, future technologies are a key to improving safety. AI cameras, speakers, detectors, etc. Those are all great aspects into how artificial intelligence could be used in the construction industry. Thank you for listening. That's a wrap.